Hello and good evening. It is 10:32 on Sunday night, and I'm here at home and I'm going to work on two paintings and start doing that. So I have to work outside because I'm going to be using some paint thinner, and I probably could have set this up before coming on, but I didn't. And this is my view. I have yellow flowers, and there's a pool somewhere out there. And you can see where there's paint from previous painting activities. Oh, it's dark out here. Is this gonna work? There's Tuxie. Where's she at? Hi. All right, I'm gonna have to find my light. Oh gosh. I have a light. Oh, cool. It's right where it should be. Oh no. I have a tent that I never use. I don't know why. I should probably use it. Okay. Should have prepared. And this is my art closet, bursting at the seams with creation. How's everybody doing? What are you doing? What's going on? All right. Okay, it's dark everywhere. Oh, that went right in my face. All right. Tuxie is the greatest. And I mentioned that I bought some cheap Walmart canvas, and I ripped it off the frame, and I'll redo my own canvas either at school or at the art supply store. But I found a purpose for it. I'm gonna need to put this upside down, and I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do in a few seconds. Is that gonna work like that? Ha. Engineering. Tuxie. I have my Gamsol, which is like a paint thinner. This is good stuff. So I'm going to be using a wash technique, which is basically just really thin paint. And I'm going to channel Jackson Pollock because his style is the inspiration for this painting. And he's known for dripping paint. he puts his canvases flat. And I could do that, and I might, we'll see. So I'm going to mix up, I get excited. I'm going to mix up some paint, really thin paint with paint thinner, and then I'm gonna drip it to create, and let it drip down to create the trees that are in the background. And I have to get some more supplies. I'll be right back. You go inside. Go, go, go. Tuxie can't hang out with me out here because I don't want her to breathe in the paint thinner. I have a palette, and I brought my box of paints because I don't know what exact color I want to use. Ooh, liquid. Might use some liquid, we'll see. And these trees are going to be in the background, so they're not going to be too dark. An art term that I told you about last video class is atmospheric perspective, which means the things that are in the background are lighter than in the foreground because of distance. So we're going to apply that to this painting. Put some of this in there. This raw sienna from Williamsburg looks like it can be a good color. Sploot some of that out. And I have some, my favorite Winton oil colors, raw umber. And it's super old and dry, so I'm just gonna cut it to get the paint out so I don't waste it. Oh yeah, it's like really dry. Huh. And maybe a little bit of gray, Portland gray light, actually. Can you hear all the cars on the freeway? I live right by the freeway, so it's like really loud. Sorry. And a little bit of green, I think, is needed. Not much. So, yeah, I am going to add some liquid. So to create my wash, I will mix a lot of paint thinner with the liquid. It's a good color. It stinks. And so I'm gonna try to see what I can do here. I just want to get some trees going. Apply some pressure. Oh, I did want to do something else really cool before I started this. Okay, 1 second. I love you, Topsy. Okay, before that drips down, I think if I do this, which I'm going to dip my brush in the paint thinner so it's just clear, and then I want the trees to be straight, because they grow straight up, but then I want there to be branches, and I don't want to have to paint the branches. I want the paint to drip down and create the branches. So I'm going to paint some lines to guide the drips around, and we'll see if it works. We'll see. I don't know. Just for some directional stuff here. Oh yeah, you can see it. Cool. Cool. All right, so now we're going to see if it works, what it does. Oh yeah, see? It's making branches. Cool. I have more ideas. They're coming to me as I do it. I think it was 2 years ago when I was painting with acrylic and watercolor, and I would wet a piece of paper and I would stick it to my patio window because of the qualities, when you get something wet, it sticks to stuff. And I was doing this, so I kind of know work. And I wanted to do this painting based off of a dream I had. But I think where I might have gone a little bit wrong is trying to make it look real instead of just sticking with this surreal imagery that I had. It's so cool. It's coming out exactly how I want it to. And you can see in different spots, well, kind of, I don't know, there's like some different shades. There's like greenish, gray. Excuse me. Cool, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, now I have to do something with all this paint thinner because I shouldn't be breathing it like I am. And then I think, does that make more sense? Kind of. So I'm doing this so that the paint can sort of move back down. It's pretty, it's pretty much where it's gonna be, but I do want it darker at the base. Or not darker, but like not lighter for sure. And I think that will accomplish that. Now I'm just touching up some stuff. What am I gonna do with this? Cover it up for now. This. Okay. Good job, Amanda. Good job. Oh, why did I do that? I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. A big part of art is knowing when to stop, or you can go too far and then you ruin it. So I think I just need to stop working on it. Yeah, what is this? All right, that's good enough. Cool. All right, now I just let it dry. Hello, Edwin. Yeah, thank you. Oh, it's patio's dirty on my computer. No. Now I let it dry and hopefully it stays looking that awesome. My faithful furry companion is waiting by the door, but you can't see her because she's black. Hi, excuse me. And that painting is due Tuesday. And then I have a painting that was due last Tuesday, but I have not been able to focus on it because I have too many unfinished projects and books that I've started reading and haven't finished. I just have too much unfinished stuff and it's been occupying my my mental space, I think. So I have to start finishing some things so that I can finish more things in the future. Okay. Like that. This drawing, this gray and blue drawing I started a few months ago, haven't finished it. It's probably going to be easy to finish, just haven't done it. Oh, the paint thinner is like not what you want to breathe. What? What am I doing? Can you see? Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay, that'll work. So what I'm working on now is this is one of my last paintings projects for my advanced painting class was to go around and photograph an area we're familiar with, and then to also photograph an area we're not familiar with. So I walked around the apartment and took photos, and then this is one. I took this photo. I like this tree. I like the bark on it, and I sit down here, and the way it's rooted to the ground, it feels really good to sit on, like it cradles my butt. And I just love this tree, and I like the leaves on it. So I took this photo and I enhanced it a little bit, and when I printed it, the blue part was supposed to be a little bit more purple than blue, because purple and yellow are complementary colors, so it looks really cool in the photo that I edited on my laptop. And when I paint it, I'll just have to do that myself, add that back in there. And what I'm gonna try to do, I should try to draw it first. So what I'm going to do right now is draw this section of the leaves, and I'm gonna draw these dark spots just so I know where they go in reference to everything else. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to paint big sections, like this will all be like a light purple, this will be like a light brown, the purple, like just a solid base coat, because as you can see, it's really detailed, and that's probably why I haven't done it yet, because I'm worried it might be a lot of work, but it should be fun. I overthink things, and it's never as hard as I make it out to be in my mind. So I will get started on that. I have oh, I love you so much. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yes, you're so good. You're so good. Oh yeah, I'll show you what I've been reading. So in one of my videos, I mentioned that in one of my art history classes, art since 1945, we're learning about all kinds of really cool stuff I had no idea about. So I'm glad I took it. And one of the books is Frank O'Hara's poetry. And I haven't read poetry in a while. And I just flipped through it and I was like, oh, this guy's mind is scattered. But then when my teacher explained it, and then when I read the intro to this, I was like, oh my gosh, it makes sense now. And we only have to read like 20 poems, but I'm gonna read the whole book because now I love them. And it's funny that I said his mind is scattered because I'm all over the place and I don't even know it. But he delights in like the little things of life, like the stuff we all take for granted, just like the most mundane stuff is super exciting to him. And I'm the same way. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is cool. This is cool. Let's go here. Let's go there. And he's the same way. So I've really enjoyed reading his poetry. All right. So I have that. I have this. I have this. Masterston Stay Wet palette. And this is really cool if you paint with acrylic or thick watercolor, like the tube watercolor, you can, or gouache. Usually those dry out really fast. So two years ago, last year, 2019, for my Virginia trip, I took some art supplies out and I tried to paint on the beach, but it was windy and sand was getting everywhere and my paint was drying really fast. So I went and I got this palette, and you can paint outside and in nature. And it comes in handy. So I'll be using that. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? It has a sponge in it. And they make a big one of these, like a giant one, but I needed a small one for travel. It comes with a sponge, and you wet the sponge, and then you wet the paper. I don't know if it's wet enough. But this stuff kept my paint wet for weeks. Amazing. Acrylic usually dries within minutes, so. Excuse me. All right, I think that's enough rambling. Is it? I have this acrylography brush my friend Edwin Lau gave me for my birthday last year, which is what I used for my last gouache painting. Well, not this one. This one's a brand new, unopened one. Okay, all right. Everything at once. Everything's awesome. So I'm just going to sketch the major shapes. Do I need to do this in pencil? Kinda. There was one of my fellow students who I've had her in a few classes last year. This girl, Cabri, and she made a gouache painting with pencil. So it was like half drawing, half painting. And I really liked it. And it looked like a sketch, but a painting. I just really liked it. It was really cool. Gouache is tricky, but there's a lot you can do with it. And I made quite a few gouache tutorial video rambles. In 2018 and 19. That painting took a long time. You can see vintage Amanda. I guarantee I'm just as silly as I am now, if not more so. It's probably not going to look anything like that, actually. So. Do a rough estimate. So yeah, with this, because gouache, if you don't let it dry completely in between layers, and then you go to paint the next layer, you'll probably pick up some of the paint that you put down, and you can do that if you want to, but I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna do what I can. And then tomorrow, I'll go in and I'll add the other details on top of it. And I think if you add thicker paint on top of thinner paint, it sticks more. And you have to go really fast, or you can, like I said, you can pick up the paint that's underneath it. But that can come in handy. Like if you want to remove some stuff, that comes in handy for them. And it's cool. I really like my classes, especially this painting class, because you know I've been painting my whole life. Like so I have a lot of, you know, my own knowledge to contribute to the class. And we had a discussion on gouache paint, and I got to give my 2 cents. And I think 2 of my fellow students subscribed to my channel to see my gouache tutorial videos. So I'm super happy about that. And yeah. So these are just some shapes. Can you even see them? No. I draw really lightly. So yeah. And then I left a 1-inch border so it'll have a frame. And it's kind of crooked on the bottom. And it looks like I measured it again, and it's still crooked the second time. Okay, now for color mixing. When you go to mix colors, there's not much there. Some spots and a guideline. So it's easy to know what colors you need because you just look at what you're gonna do and you say, oh, I see some green, yellow, there's gray, brown, and some black. So then you go to your paints and you're like, okay, I'm gonna need some gray, which is white and black. I don't have a gray, don't think. Nope. When painting with water media, it's good to have towels or napkins or both. And a few nights ago, I made a fatty dessert. Someone on my Facebook posted this thing of like Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, and then you cut them up and you mix them with a can of apple pie filling, which I love, and then some nuts. And then you put the frosting that comes with the cinnamon rolls on top when it's done. And I bought an extra thing of cinnamon rolls just so I could have extra frosting. And it was really good. And I ate most of it. Oh, I need this. And with this paper, this palette paper, you can wash it. It's washable. And you can wash the sponge too if it gets like moldy and gross. You can wash it. And this is printmaking paper, and I've never painted on printmaking paper, so I don't know how that is going to work, but we're going to find out. Some of this brown. Oh, this is like a reddish brown. So yeah, one of the things I learned about gouache is that it dries fast. So hopefully with this palette, I can do my thing a little, oh, too much red, a little easier. Oh, cool. Cool, it's working. This is the lighter area of the painting, but not too light. And I just realized that if I do this, oh, you can barely see what I'm doing. This sort of like, not, but more like textured brush stroke, it kind of gives me the impression of the bark, which is what I was concerned about. Now the paint I'm using is a little thinner, more like a watercolor. It's not a bad thing.